Okay. Next topic in lipid metabolism is beta oxidation of fatty acids. We know that beta oxidation of palmitic acid. Okay, beta oxidation of palmitic acid. We know that palmitic acid is a saturated fatty acid. It consists 16 carbon. It consists 16 carbons. Okay, let's see. The fatty acids in the body mostly oxidized by beta oxidation. Okay, whatever the fatty acids present in the body mostly oxidized by beta oxidation only. What is meant by beta oxidation? Beta oxidation may be defined as oxidation of fatty acids occur on the beta carbon atom. Okay, beta oxidation may be defined as oxidation of fatty acids occur on the beta carbon atom. That is known as beta oxidation. This beta oxidation results in the sequential removal of two carbon fragments. Sequential removal of two carbon fragments. That is one acetyl CoA. For every beta oxidation, two carbon molecule, that is acetyl CoA, will be liberated. You can see here CH3CO SCO is acetyl CoA. It consists two carbons, 1 and 2. Two carbons are there. Okay, for every one cycle of beta oxidation, one acetyl CoA will be produced. Okay, the number of acetyl CoA will produce, that is depends upon the number of carbon atom present in that saturated fatty acid which undergoing beta oxidation. Okay, let's see location. Here beta oxidation of fatty acids occur on mitochondrial matrix, where it occur in mitochondrial matrix. Okay, it occurs in almost all tissues of the body except brain, erythrocytes and adrenal medulla. Why in these three tissues may not be occur? Beta oxidation cannot occur means it may be due to absence of mitochondria. Or it may be due to lack of enzymes which are involved in the beta oxidation of palmitic acid. That's why in these tissues beta oxidation of palmitic acid cannot be occur. Then say beta oxidation of fatty acids occur in three stages. What are those? First, activation of palmitic acid occurring in the cytosol. Then transportation of activated palmitic acid into mitochondria. Transportation of activated palmitic acid into mitochondria. Then finally beta oxidation proper in mitochondrial matrix. Okay, beta oxidation. You can see it occurs in three stages. First, activation takes place. Activation of palmitic acid. Okay, where it takes place in the cytosol. Then transportation. After active form, then transport the active form of palmitic acid into mitochondria, from cytosols to mitochondria. Then finally, after transferring into mitochondria, here beta oxidation takes place. Okay, let's see. First step, activation of palmitic acid. Activation of palmitic acid occurs in two steps. Okay, I will explain what are those. And activation of palmitic acid is done by thiokinase. Remember, activation is palmitic acid done by thiokinase enzyme. It requires for this activation requires ATP and coenzyme. Let's see the reaction activation. The palmitic acid, that is palmitate, COO minus palmitate. Okay, the palmitic acid or palmitate converted to palmitoyl adenylate. This is done by thiokinase enzyme. Means we can say that palmitic acid, the thiokinase enzyme transfer adenosine monophosphate or AMP from ATP to palmitic acid. And palmitic acid and converted to palmitoyl adenylate. Here AMP transferred to this CO, this carbon atom here. Okay, this is known as palmitoyl adenylate. After losing AMP from ATP, it consists 2-phosphate only. The 2 phosphates are liberated. Inorganic pyrophosphates are liberated. Remember, okay. Then in the second step, okay, this palmitoyl adenylate is converted to palmitoyl CoA. By reacting with coenzyme. Means palmitoyl adenylate reacting with coenzyme. Okay, and after reacting with coenzyme, it replaces AMP. Okay, this coenzyme is added to CO group in the place of AMP and converted to COSCOA. AMP is liberated from this compound. You can see the difference between these two is, okay, here AMP is there. Here in the place of AMP, SCO is there. Okay, this coenzyme is liberated AMP. Okay, palmitoyl CoA is produced. So what did you understand? The active form of palmitic acid is palmitoyl CoA. Palmitic acid is activated to palmitoyl CoA. It takes place in 2 steps. Okay, I tell you that it requires thiokinase, and ATP, and coenzyme, here coenzyme. And remember that this activation requires 2 inorganic pyrophosphate. Sorry, 2 inorganic phosphate. It requires 2 inorganic phosphate. It requires utilizing 2 inorganic phosphate. What are those? See, here the pyrophosphate is liberating, right? That's nothing but it's utilizing 2 inorganic phosphate for this activation. You keep in mind. Or it is very useful. Then next step after activating, the next step, transportation. Transportation of palmitoyl CoA into mitochondria. Okay, after here this step is take place in cytosol, then transfer to mitochondria. Actually, the inner mitochondrial membrane cannot means it is inner mitochondrial membrane is impermeable to fatty acids, means it cannot allow the passing of fatty acids. It doesn't allow. Inner mitochondrial membrane impermeable to fatty acids. But how it will transfer from cytosol to mitochondria? Without allowing inner mitochondrial membrane, how it will enter into mitochondria? Okay, let's see. A specialized carnitine carrier system, also known as carnitine shuttle, okay, operates transportation of activated palmitic acid from cytosol to mitochondria. Okay, the carnitine carrier system or carnitine shuttle that operating the transportation of palmitic CoA from cytosol to mitochondria. Okay, that transferring the this carnitine carrier system transferring the palmitic CoA from cytosol to matrix. How? Let's see. Here, this is mitochondria and cytosol. Okay, inner mitochondrial membrane, matrix. From okay, in the cytosol palmitic CoA is forming. Palmitic acid is activated to palmitic CoA. This palmitic CoA, the palmityl group from palmityl CoA is transferred to carnitine. Palmityl group from palmityl CoA transferred to carnitine. Palmityl carnitine is formed. Palmityl carnitine is produced. Meanwhile, this coenzyme is liberated. Okay, the palmityl group from palmityl CoA transferred to carnitine. Palmityl carnitine is produced. The coenzyme from palmityl CoA is liberated. This reaction is catalyzed by carnitine palmityl transferase 1. Carnitine palmityl transferase 1. It is present in cytosol. Okay, whatever the palmityl carnitine formed here that can transport it to mitochondria, that can transport it to matrix, matrix through inner mitochondrial membrane. This is inner mitochondrial membrane. Okay, transfer to matrix through inner mitochondrial membrane. It is transferred by special carrier proteins are there. This special carrier protein that transfer palmityl carnitine from cytosol to matrix. Okay, here palmityl carnitine is transferred. Okay, matrix. Okay, transferred to matrix. This palmityl carnitine react with coenzyme and produce palmityl CoA. Palmityl carnitine, the palmityl group of palmityl carnitine reacts with coenzyme and produce palmityl CoA. The carnitine group will be liberated. Here palmityl CoA produced. So carnitine palmityl, this reaction is catalyzed by carnitine palmityl transferase 2. So the active form of palmitic acid, that is palmityl CoA, transferred from cytosol to matrix. Here, whatever the carnitine liberated here, it again transported to cytosol. For the combining of next palmitic acid, next palmityl group. Okay, this process is continued. Okay, this transportation is continued. Okay, and this is transportation. Next, third step, very important, that is beta oxidation. After activation, after transportation, after transporting into matrix, here in the matrix palmityl CoA undergoes beta oxidation. Let's see. The enzyme machinery responsible for beta oxidation of fatty acids in mitochondrial matrix is collectively referred as fatty acid oxidase. The enzymes which are responsible for the beta oxidation, in the mitochondrial matrix, those all the enzymes are collectively known as fatty acid oxidase. Fatty acid oxidase means these fatty acid oxidase, these enzymes catalyze sequence of 4 reactions. In mitochondrial matrix, it catalyze 4 reactions will be takes place. Okay, what are the catalyze sequence of 4 reactions? What are those? Oxidation, next hydration, next oxidation, next cleavage. A sequence, okay, sequence that takes place. Okay, or in other words, in mitochondrial matrix, okay, the polypeptide CoA undergoes a sequence of 4 reactions. First it undergoes oxidation, next undergoes hydration, next again undergoes oxidation, next again undergoes cleavage. Let's see how this 4 reaction will be, okay, occurred in mitochondrial matrix. This is polypeptide CoA. Polypeptide CoA, we know that it consists 16 carbon. Here 1 carbon, here 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and CoA, polypeptide CoA. Polypeptide CoA is there. First polypeptide CoA undergoes oxidation. First step is oxidation, right? Okay, first polypeptide CoA undergoes oxidation and converted to delta square trans enyl CoA. Delta square trans enyl CoA. Why delta square trans enyl form? See, how it is oxidation? Here nothing but oxidation is nothing but removal of hydrogen from that molecule. Removal of hydrogen. You can see the enzyme polymethyl dehydrogenase enzyme is there. Activity of dehydrogenase enzyme, dehydrogenation only. Dehydrogenation means removal of hydrogens. Okay, the polymethyl CoA undergoes dehydrogenation. Okay, dehydrogenation at alpha carbon atom and beta carbon atom and produce delta square enyl CoA. By this reaction is catalyzed by polymethyl CoA dehydrogenase. Okay, polymethyl CoA undergoes dehydrogenation by polymethyl CoA dehydrogenate and produce delta square enyl CoA. This dehydrogenation takes place at alpha carbon and beta carbon. Alpha and beta means, okay, the here functional group is CO. They consists CO. The functional group beside carbon is known as alpha. Beside to alpha is known as beta carbon. Okay, here you can see one hydrogen is replaced from alpha carbon atom and converted to CH. One hydrogen is replaced from beta carbon atom converted to CH. Okay, here double bond is produced between alpha and beta after removing these two hydrogens. Okay, and a polymethyl CoA dehydrogenase is known as, it is flavoprotein. Why it is flavoprotein? It consists FAD. Okay, if any enzyme consists FMN or FAD is known as flavoprotein. Okay, it consists FAD. Here this FAD will collect these two hydrogens converted to FADH2 in the first step. This FADH2 will participate in electron transportation chain and undergoes oxidation and produce 1.5 ATPs. Next step, the delta square, this group is known as enyl. Okay, next step, hydration. Next reaction is hydration, means addition of water molecule, right? Okay, next the delta square trans enyl CoA undergoes hydration and converted to beta hydroxy polymethyl CoA. Okay, this reaction is catalyzed by enyl CoA hydratase. Name itself indicate it adds water molecule. Enyl CoA hydratase add water molecule to the alpha carbon and beta carbon atom. Okay, after adding that, here double bond will be removed and produce beta hydroxy polymethyl CoA. We know that water molecule means H plus and OH minus. Here CH group is there. Here beta carbon atom, OH group is added. OH group is added. So OH group from water molecule. At alpha carbon atom, one hydrogen is added. So converted to, here CH is there. Applying one H, CH2 will be there. So double bond between removed. So here beta carbon having hydroxyl group, right? That's why beta hydroxy polymethyl CoA. What is the next step? Again oxidation. Again oxidation means beta hydroxy polymethyl undergoing oxidation. In other words, beta hydroxy polymethyl CoA undergoes dehydrogenation. Dehydrogenation by beta hydroxy polymethyl CoA dehydrogenase and produce beta keto polymethyl CoA. Beta keto polymethyl CoA. This time dehydrogenation takes place at beta carbon atom. Here these two hydrogens present in beta carbon will be removed and here CO will be remain, right? The CO will be remain, keto group. Here beta carbon having keto group. So beta keto, that's a beta keto polymethyl CoA. Here the liberated hydrogen will be gained by NAD and converted to NADH plus H plus. Here you can see FADH is produced. Here NADH2 are produced. These two are entering into ETC and will produce ATPs. Here FADH2 will produce 1.5 ATPs, NADH2 will produce 2.5 ATPs. And this beta keto polymethyl CoA, okay, it is cleaved by thiolase enzyme. Cleaved by thiolase enzyme and produce 14 carbon metacyl CoA and 2 carbon 1 acetyl CoA. Okay, the thiolase enzyme adds it cleaves beta keto palmityl CoA by adding one coenzyme. Okay, it adds coenzyme to this carbon atom, this keto carbon atom, beta keto atom. So beta keto atom SCO will form. Okay, here metacyl CoA will produce metacyl CoA or metacylic acid having okay 14 carbon metacyl CoA, 14 carbon molecule is formed and 2 carbon acetyl CoA. 2 carbon acetyl CoA will produce. So this is one cycle oxidation, one cycle of oxidation. For one cycle of palmityl CoA oxidation, how many? One acetyl CoA is produced. One acetyl CoA produces. One acetyl CoA of 2 carbon fragment produced along with 14 carbon metacyl CoA. This 14 carbon metacyl CoA again undergoes beta oxidation. Means again undergoes oxidation, hydration, oxidation and cleavage. This 14 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation. Finally, by the thiolase enzyme cleaves. Okay, produce 12 carbon molecule along with 1 acetyl CoA. Here metacyl CoA undergoes beta oxidation. It produces 12 carbon. Finally, 12 carbon molecule and 1 acetyl CoA. It consists 2 carbon. Okay, right? This 12 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation. Okay, finally cleaved by thiolase. It produces 2 acetyl CoA. It produces okay 10 carbon molecule along with 1 acetyl CoA. This process is continued until complete oxidation of palmitic acid. Okay, here whatever forming acetyl CoA, okay, whatever forming acetyl CoA, it undergoes citric acid. It enters into the citric acid cycle. Okay, we know that this citric acid cycle starts with acetyl CoA and oxidize it to give carbon dioxide and water. As you know that. For better understanding, I will explain oxidation. Okay, first palmitic acid. First beta oxidation. Okay. Okay. Next, explain here. You can see here. Overview of beta oxidation of palmityl CoA. You can see palmityl CoA first. Palmityl CoA it is 16 carbon molecule. Okay, first it undergoes one cycle of oxidation. How many 14 carbon molecule is producing? That is metacyl CoA along with 1 acetyl CoA. 1 acetyl CoA. 1 acetyl CoA having how many carbons? 2 carbons. 14 plus 2, 16, right? Balance. Palmityl CoA also having 16. 14 plus 2 is formed. 1 acetyl CoA is formed. This 14 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation cycle. Will produce 12 carbon. Next time it undergoes 14 carbon metacyl CoA undergoes beta oxidation, produce 12 carbon molecule and along with 1 acetyl CoA. This 12 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation. Okay, finally it produces 10 carbon and 1 acetyl CoA. This 10 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation cycle. It produces 8 carbons and 1 acetyl CoA. This 8 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation, will produce 6 carbon and 1 acetyl CoA. This 6 carbon atom again undergoes beta oxidation, will produce 4 carbon plus 1 acetyl CoA. 1 acetyl CoA having 2 carbon. Here 4 carbon. 4 plus 2, 6. 1 acetyl CoA means it is having 2 carbon, right? 2 carbon fragment of acetyl CoA. Here 4 carbon okay, molecule. 6. This 4 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation, finally cleaved by thiolase. It produces 2 carbon molecules of 2 acetyl CoA. 2 carbon molecules of 2 acetyl CoA. Here 4 carbon is there. Means it convert into 2 it produces 2 acetyl CoA. 2 acetyl CoA. Every acetyl CoA having 2 carbon. 2 plus 2, 4. Okay. 2 acetyl CoA will produce. In the final cycle of beta oxidation only 2 acetyl CoA are producing. Okay, 2 acetyl CoA are producing. You can see here in the first cycle 1 acetyl CoA found. In the second cycle 1 acetyl CoA found. In third cycle 1 acetyl CoA. Fourth cycle 1 acetyl CoA. Fifth cycle 1 acetyl CoA. Sixth cycle 1 acetyl CoA. Next after sixth cycle 4 carbon molecule is only producing. Okay, this is undergoing beta oxidation, produce 2 carbon acetyl CoA. That is 2 carbon acetyl CoA. 2 will be found. Okay, so here in the last cycle 2 acetyl CoA will produce. 1 here 6 plus 2, how many? 8 acetyl CoA. For the complete oxidation of palmityl CoA, okay, how many acetyl CoA will produce? 8 acetyl CoA. 8 acetyl-CoA. In this oxidation, you can see what are involving. You can see in this oxidation. You can see here FAD is entering. Finally, it undergoes 7 cycles. For complete oxidation of palmitoyl-CoA, it undergoes 7 cycles to produce acetyl-CoA. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 cycles for the complete oxidation of palmitoyl-CoA to produce 8 acetyl-CoA, right? So what are involving in this oxidation? You can see FAD is involving. For 1 cycle, 1 FAD. For 7 cycles, 7 FAD. 7 FAD is converted to 7 FADH2. Here also 7 water molecules are participated. Okay, for 1 cycle, 1 water molecule is added. For 7 cycles, 7 water molecules. Here also 7 NAD is participated. 1 cycle, 1 NAD, 7 cycles, 7 NAD, 7 NADH2 is converted. For 1 cycle, 1 coenzyme is added. For 7 cycles, 7 coenzymes. So like this, all these are participated. You can see here summary. For one molecule of palmitoyl-CoA, that is 16 carbon. How many? 7 coenzymes. In the last step, means cleavage, 7 coenzymes. Then 7 FAD. Then 7 NAD. Then 7 water molecules. Finally, 1 palmitoyl-CoA completely after 7 cycles, completely oxidized to gives 8 acetyl-CoA, 7 FADH, 7 NADH plus H plus are producing. Okay, 7 NADH plus H plus are producing. Here, this cycle is important overview. Okay, I can explain by another way like this. Okay, beta oxidation. This 16 carbon palmitoyl-CoA undergoes beta oxidation, right? Okay, for 1 cycle of beta oxidation, how many? First it producing 14 carbon acetyl-CoA, 2 carbon 1 acetyl-CoA. Okay, 2 carbon 1 acetyl-CoA. Okay, 2 carbon 1 acetyl-CoA. Next, this 14 carbon undergoes second cycle, 12 carbon plus 2 acetyl-CoA, 12 carbon plus 1 acetyl-CoA, 2 carbon. Here, okay, again this 12 carbon molecule undergoes, it produced 14 carbon molecule, again undergoes beta oxidation, it produced 12 carbon molecule and 2 carbon of 1 acetyl-CoA. This 12 carbon molecule again undergoes again undergoes beta oxidation, it produces 10 carbon molecule and 2 carbon acetyl-CoA. This 10 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation and produce 8 carbon molecule and 2 carbon molecule of 1 acetyl-CoA. This 8 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation, will produce 6 carbon molecule and 2 carbon molecule of 1 acetyl-CoA. Here, okay, here this 6 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation, will produce 4 carbon molecule and 2 carbon molecule of 1 acetyl-CoA. Here this 4 carbon molecule again undergoes beta oxidation, will produce 2 carbon, here 4, it consists 4 carbons, it produces 2 acetyl-CoA, means 2 carbon 2 acetyl-CoA will be produced. Okay, clear. You can see here 1 cycle. You can see here first you can see here all the cycles. You can see 7 cycle it will take place for the complete oxidation. So 7 cycle it will take place for the complete oxidation. So finally 8 acetyl-CoA molecules are produced. This is about complete oxidation, beta oxidation of palmitic acid. Okay, complete oxidation of palmitic acid. Then coming to energetics of palmitic acid oxidation. You can see energetics very important. Here 7 cycles of beta oxidation of palmitoyl-CoA. Okay, ATP yield. First here what is producing? FADH2 is producing, right? Whatever FADH2 is producing, it is transferred to ETC, and each FADH2 will produce 1.5 ATPs. We know that. Okay, 7 into 1.5, 10.5 ATPs will produce. Next, NADH2 are producing. Okay, each NADH2 is transferred into ETC, it produces 2.5 ATP. 7 into 2.5, 17.5. Then 8 acetyl-CoA molecules are producing. These 8 acetyl-CoA molecules are entered into TCA cycle or Krebs cycle. Okay, and oxidized to produce carbon dioxide and water. Each acetyl-CoA will produce 10 ATPs. But here how many ATP? How many acetyl-CoAs? 8. 8 into 10, 80 ATPs will produce. 8 acetyl-CoA enter into Krebs cycle will produce 80 ATPs. So overall, 8 here 17.5 plus 10.5, how many? 28. 28 plus 80, 108 are produced. Okay, then overall 108 ATPs are produced. But energy utilized for activation, two inorganic phosphates are utilized for the activation. You can see here 2 inorganic phosphates. Okay, it can two inorganic phosphates are utilized for the activation of palmitic acid to palmitoyl CoA. So here minus 2 ATP, it is equal to 2 ATPs. So minus 2 out of 108 you can okay, minus 2, 108 minus 2, so 106. Net yield for 1 molecule of palmitate. Okay, 1 molecule of palmitate will yield 106 ATPs. Okay, this is 106 ATPs will produce net ATP yield in complete oxidation of palmitic acid. This is about complete of beta oxidation of palmitic acid. If you have any doubt, you can ask in comment section. Thank you.